Hey guys, Ironhide City here, and today we are taking a look at the Transformers Generations Deluxe Class Viacon Tankor. Now, this figure is a really cool figure, and has a lot of positives built into him. One of which is this detailing in his chest right here, which I want to get out of the way right now. He has these molded missile launchers in his chest. That is some of the best detailing I have ever seen on a Hasbro-based toy. That is a true work of art right there. Nice work. And he's got his little insignia right there on his chest. Sorry if you can hear the beeping. And he's got a really nice head sculpt as well, which I'll zoom in on the iPhone here. There we go. I mean, look at that head. Is that a cool head or what? I think so. Even though the paint is chipping away, this thing has had a lot of play wear in that one missile. Speaking of missile, zoom out here. The weapon up here is actually a friction gun, which I'll pull off here. We'll put Tankor off to the side for a minute. Let's talk about the weapon. It's this rocket launcher, which is actually a pressure launcher, which you put pressure on it, and it fires. And it actually does fire a good distance. Now, if you give me a second here, I actually have another missile launcher I want to show. It's Generations Sandstorm's gun, which I'll show in the next review as well, because that's who I've got coming up. Sandstorm's gun is smaller than Tankor's, unless you fire the missile. So, yeah. And I want to show you the missile detailing, so the missile, I can see two differences. A, well, black plastic, obviously. Two, they shrunk the missile on the Sandstorm figure. Not so on Tankor. I like the bigger missile, even though it's bent a little bit. I'll see if I can fix that. So, we'll put that back in for now. So zooming out again, progression over, back to Tankor. Tankor's posability is actually pretty good for a figure of this size class. Head is on a nice tight swivel. Swivel in the shoulder, and it is pretty tight. Hinge for in and out, and a 180-degree elbow and his hands with the fact that his hands, quote unquote, can open and close, and they have like little guns in there, and some saw blades. No torso articulation. Swivel and a hinge in the hip, thigh swivel, and a almost 90 degree knee, kind of. Yeah, I say that's about a 90 according to the cut, and a toe point. So he has pretty good posability and good balance. so he can strike some good poses. Like I sometimes like to. And one cool thing is because of his joints being so tight, I like to pose him kind of like, come at me, bro. And I'm going to see if this works real fast before I do the transformation. Ooh, tanker's tough. Only I had his textbook. Transformation for this figure is actually really easy, yet very cool at the same time. But the cool thing is he has an unofficial third transformation. He has a hand mode. And I just came up with this. But before I do that, size comparison, here he is. Up against Generations Sandstorm, who I recently got. Sandstorm is obviously much taller than Tankor. But the transformation on Tankor is really cool. Close up his hand, if you have it open. Unpeg, or actually leave this part alone, because we're doing his hand mode first. Fold these treads down to act as fingers, like grabby fingers. Fold his arms up and turn them 180 so they act as secondary fingers, and bend them at the elbow. Next, unpeg the gun and turn it around like that. And he has a left hand as his third transformation. And his thumb can fire a missile. So I'll put the missile off to the side. Looks like he clipped his nail, didn't he? If only I could do that with Sandstorm. I think I could, actually. And I did not mention this, but he has light piping, but the plastic is too thick. Now, the fun part about this hand mode is the fingers are articulated each individually with 180 degrees worth of articulation per finger. So he can actually punch in hand mode. Like, there's the robot. So he's like a robot all folded up into like nothing at this point. So he's like punching. If I see this like as a boss in like a Legend of Zelda game, I would be terrified. So to do his actual tank mode, we will open up all the quote-unquote fingers from hand mode and fold up these blue pieces so we can flip the actual arms around. Turn the gun around, and we will actually unpeg the chest and head entirely. Fold the arms up in the opposite direction and peg them in to peg the head section into the arms. Next, bring these panels down from the feet, and once the treads are flipped up, like this, pull those panels over, and you have yourself a tank mode. Actually, bring the gun around first. And you've got a tank. And a very nice tank. And I'm just going to give you a cool I'm just going to give you a good 360 look at this tank. Because just detailing on this, especially for a excuse me for a second.
Call from Hope.
I wonder what that's about.
Call from Hope. Call from Hope.
So the tank, as I said, is a very nice vehicle mode, and the gun is still, and the launching gimmick is still accessible, and it does go very nicely. So if you have a chance, I would definitely pick this up. I highly recommend this. If you missed the original Beast Wars, I think, or Beast Machines basic class tank drone, I think he was called, this would be an excellent replacement. He's like near perfect for me. And highly recommended by Ironhide City. I mean, seriously. He is an excellent figure. And I hope you can get your hands on it. So this has been the video review for Transformers Generations Deluxe Class Tankor. This has been Ironhide City 17. And one more time, claw. Rawr. Have a great night.